Salam sejahtera to our lecturer and peers. Today, Group B will present our simulated negotiation role play of PBF 3123. Our scenario centers on competitive Malaysian food and beverage ecosystem. We are examining high-stake contract renewal dispute between Kopi Kita, a rapidly growing local coffee franchise, and their long-term distributor, Nusantara Dairy Supplies. Our situation is, Nusantara Dairy is demanding a strict 15% price hike due to supply chain inflation, while Kopi Kita is fighting to protect its profit margins without compromising local consumer affordability. Strategically, Kopi Kita will utilize an integrative win-win approach, relying heavily on active listening and expanding the pie. Conversely, Nusantara Dairy will initially frame their position using distributive tactic, including high ball tactic and the scarcity principle. So let's look at how communication theories unfold in this live business environment.
Okay, Aaron, thank you for making time to meet at our office today. I'll get straight to the point. We value our partnership over the last 3 years, but as we detailed in our email, the current macroeconomy climate in Malaysia, especially transport, logistics and import costs for raw ingredient, forces us to implement a 15% price increase across all dairy and plant-based meat line starting next month.
Okay, thank you for laying it out clearly, Adani. If I understand you correctly, the global supply chain pressures and local logistic hikes are directly forcing your hand here, making it unsustainable for Nusantara Dairy to maintain the old pricing architecture. Is that right?
Right, exactly, Aaron. It's not a choice we want to make. Our hands are tied. In fact, due to global shortage, several other local cafe chains are locked into a 20% increase. We are already giving Kopi Kita a preferred client rate. If we can lock this 50% rate by this Friday, we might not be able to guarantee your bulk volume quality for Q3.
I appreciate you for keeping us at the preferred tier, Adani. However, let's look at the reality on our end. A 15% flat increase would force Kopi Kita to raise our retail price per cup by at least RM1.50 to RM2. In the current local market, consumer will push back, our sales volume will drop, and consequently, our order volumes from Nusantara Dairy will decrease significantly. A drop for us is a drop for you. Surely we want to avoid this lose-lose situation outcome.
Okay, we definitely want to avoid that, but we cannot absorb a loss on our margins either. What are you proposing? Because a 0% increase is completely off the table.
Understood. Let's look at how we can expand the pie rather than just fighting over this 50% margin. Currently, we operate 12 outlets in the Klang Valley. By next quarter, Kopi Kita is expanding to Penang, Johor Bahru, or launching 6 new outlets. If we sign a 2-year exclusive contract extension, making Nusantara Dairy our sole supplier nationwide, can we restructure this pricing?
An exclusive multi-region contract that changed our volume projection significantly. We could potentially amortize our logistic costs better across a large supply volume. However, a 2-year lock-in means we carry a high risk if inflation spikes again. I could drop the increase to 10%, but no lower.
10% is still a heavy hit for our immediate cash flow. Now let's look at the tiered compromise. But what if we agree to a 5% increase for the next 12 months? Once our Penang and Johor outlets are fully operational in year 2 and our volume orders increased by projected 45%, we can adjust the increase to 8%. To protect you against inflation spikes, we can include a raw material indexing clause.
A tiered structure with an index clause protects our downside, and the expansion volumes secures our market share in the north and south. If you can agree to make the year 1 increase 6% instead of 5 to cover our immediate logistic for adjustment, I can sign off on this agreement today.
6% for year 1, transitioning to 8% in year 2, backed by our expansion volume. That protects our short-term retailing price and guarantees Nusantara Dairy long-term growth. We have a deal, Adani. I'll have my legal teams draft the addendum.
Okay, deal? Aaron, let's work together.
Alright.